All right, first review back, and I already have a hot take. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Reeling for Cinema, and in this video we will be reviewing one battle after another. Now I'm just going to share my opinion. Like I said, my review is just half of what I want to do with this channel. I really want to highlight you guys and your opinions so we can talk and spread the love of film together. Now if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear from you, and if you agree with me, I'd love to hear you too. So please comment, and like and subscribe. Now this movie, rave reviews across the board. You got a 4.4 on Letterboxd, an 8.4 on IMDb. Steven Spielberg giving high praise from everybody in the film community. And I thought it was just okay. I mean, it's certainly an interesting movie, especially in the beginning. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening, and I'm not sure in a good way. I think it goes a little bit off its rocker in the beginning, and I think that affects the tone of the overall film. And yes, it's supposed to be a satire, but I feel like there's too much tonal whiplash between the absolute over-the-top satire comedy and having grounded serious moments between the father-daughter dynamic with Leo and Chase Infinity's character. Now, that being said, I did enjoy the satire a lot. I thought it was very funny. I mean, Sean Penn's character is just an absolute lunatic. And like I said, the performance can be an over-the-top performance, but it's entertaining for sure. And I thought across the board, the acting performances were solid. I don't think they were remarkable, you know? They got their acting roles and they performed it well. I don't think it was like, wow, this changes everything. This is one of the best performances from Leonardo DiCaprio that we've seen. I mean, he has such a big filmography with so many great roles. And this one, while he does play the role well, I don't think, should earn him an Oscar or anything. In fact, I think the only Oscars I see is maybe Paul Thomas Anderson for Best Director because of his creative vision and laying the groundwork for this satirical yet grounded world. While like I said, the tone's a little off, I feel like the setting is very well done and a lot of the sequences are well done. And I do think Benicio del Toro does deserve a Best Supporting Actor nod because he brings it to everything he does, even his little role as the Collector in Infinity War. He's a great character actor and he performs his role very well in this. Now, while I did say all the sequences are done very well, I do think as a whole, this movie, other than the beginning, of course, is unremarkable. I've seen comments on the internet saying that this has action comparable to Mad Max Fury Road. All this praise, I was gearing up for a really great transformative movie, and I just didn't get that experience. There is action in it. There's some good sequences in the beginning, and there's some good stuff in the end. From the beginning 20 minutes to the last, I'd say, 30 minutes of the movie, and this is almost a 3-hour movie, there's not too much action going on, other than chasing. There's not too much physical altercations, and I guess if you consider chasing action, it does its job. It's a good movie about somebody on the run, I guess, if that excites you. To me, it seemed a little boring at times, and I was like, okay, where is this going? And we're following Leo's character, and it just seems like near the end, his payoff to getting his daughter does not really matter too much, because what happens with his daughter at the end. And regarding characters, I do think the best character arc was absent in the movie. And I'm talking about Leonardo DiCaprio's significant other in the movie. And I think she would have had a very compelling character arc, but the entire character arc just happens off screen. So you see her at one spot in the very beginning and then in a completely different spot at the end, and you don't see her going through that journey. We do see Leonardo DiCaprio going through his quote-unquote journey. I do think his relationship with his daughter is a little underdeveloped. I mean, yeah, he's a deadbeat dad. He's addicted to drugs and everything. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily change, you know? He is still the same person at the end of this movie. I mean, there's not much change. He stays the same. He cared about his daughter in the beginning, and he still cared about his daughter at the end. The other thing is, I saw a lot of reviewers complain about how the protagonists are not really relatable because they are not good. While I don't think protagonists have to be inherently good, I do think that they have to have some likability and charm or charisma to them. And in the beginning, it's kind of hard to get into it with some of the characters. But once you get into the middle part, Leonardo DiCaprio's character is likable. You follow him, you root for him to get his daughter back. So that part is kind of exciting. But honestly, the highlight for me was the satirical comedy. It made me laugh a few times for sure, like good hearty laugh. While the story is a little lacking, to me it's kind of cut and dry, honestly. For a 3-hour movie, I thought a little bit more would happen, but not much. It's just watching Leonardo DiCaprio get his daughter. And yeah, it was fine, you know? I mean, the VistaVision works great. It's filmed really well. Paul Thomas Anderson is a master at directing. He's made some of my favorite movies. There Will Be Blood is top tier for me. But I just don't think it's as good as a movie like There Will Be Blood or Boogie Nights. Even though many people seem to think this is his best in his filmography, and I just can't agree with that. Regarding my rating, I think I'm going to give this a B movie. Because it is a serviceable and enjoyable film, but I did have some issues with it for sure. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear from you guys and maybe prove me wrong on this. You have your own opinions. I love for you to share them and show me why maybe this movie does deserve all the praise that it's getting. Or maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you'll relate to me. Either way, please comment and like and subscribe. So thank you for watching Reeling for Cinema, and I'll catch you later on the next video. Take care.